All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So the Atlanta Falcons are one of the biggest winners in free agency thus far. They actually haven't done anything too crazy, but they did sign Captain Kirk Cousins to a fat 4-year contract with at least $100 million guaranteed. Kirk Cousins, you may be thinking to yourself, he's 35 years old. He is coming off a torn Achilles. Why on earth would they be one of the biggest winners in free agency, folks? Especially if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. Watching this team last season was a headache for pretty much the entire season. Like pretty much outside maybe the first 2 weeks, it was a huge headache. Dude, I have Bijan Robinson, but I also have Tyler Algier. I have Drake London. I have Kyle Pitts. And you can look at a lot. You can actually look at all 4 of those players statistically, their entire NFL career. And they're so young, so it's not very long. And you can look at the stats and we can box score watch those 4 skill playmaking players. And we can think to ourselves, what's the big deal? What's the hype? Guys, all 4 of those players are dogs. Literally all 4 of them. Like for example, we use Drake London. Drake London's coming off a season, 69 catches, 905 yards. I'm not saying the number's going to be doubled next season, but it's going to be a lot higher than it was. Usually, the best quarterback in every division wins that division, right? And in the NFC South, it's by far, in fact, it's not even close. And Baker Mayfield's a gamer. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just took down the Philadelphia Eagles. But folks, the Atlanta Falcons were so freaking desperate for any type of quarterback that can literally just do his job. And they went above and beyond with the Kirk Cousins signing. So welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons in tonight's video. If you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL videos. Falcons fans, we're going to be posting a ton of Falcons content. So if you try to get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. Guys, I'm not even kidding, and that's what sucks about it. I have Bijan Robinson, who just was so underutilized in his rookie season. It's not even funny. I have Drake London. I have Kyle Pitts. I have Tyler Algier. I have sneakily one of the best rushing duos in Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson in the entire National Football League. And for some weird reason, I was still ranked the 6th worst offense in the league last season. Desmond Ridder, the pick never made a whole bunch of sense to me. The fit never made a whole bunch of sense to me. I was pretty big on Desmond Ridder at this time last season, thinking, you know what, maybe Arthur Smith and Desmond Ridder with this rushing attack, once they drafted Bijan Robinson, can get something going. I think I had them at 10-7. Guys, the quarterback play was abysmal. If your starting quarterback is throwing for 177 yards per game, you best not be having 12 touchdowns to just 12 interceptions in 16 games played. It was that bad. It really was that bad. And Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson certainly are not going to stand for that. The Arthur Smith era is officially over here. And they also signed Darnell Mooney from the Chicago Bears yesterday, I believe. And they're going to continue to make moves. We also have to keep in mind they still have the 8th pick in the draft, and we're going to talk about that at the end of the video. But Kirk Cousins offers you so much, it's not even funny. Kirk Cousins, don't be concerned with the injury. I wouldn't be concerned in any way, shape, or form. This was a move they needed to make. Kirk Cousins last season, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. The dude's just an absolute animal. But he made 3 Pro Bowls in his last 4 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings. He can just play. He gets all this knock for not being a crunch time player, not getting the job done in primetime television. And the joke was actually that, that's all right because the Atlanta Falcons don't have too many primetime games. Kirk Cousins can be clutch. Since becoming a starter in 2015, he has 27 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime. That's tied with Russell Wilson and Matthew Stafford for 2nd most in the National Football League, behind Derek Carr's 33, according to ESPN. They just needed somebody who can get the job done. And at pick number 8, you're going to miss out on franchise quarterbacks. And the Justin Fields trade, in my opinion, would have been a good backup. But I'm so happy that they got Kirk Cousins. And just real quick on Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney this past season, 31 catches, 414 yards. The year before, 40 catches, 493 yards. You can look at those stats and be like, all right, he's Matt Collins from last season. It's not even close. I saw a stat the other day, and of course I deleted the Twitter tab. It was like he's the most in, as far as targets to wide receivers go, I'm pretty sure he's ranked number 1 in the NFL in the last couple of seasons in inaccuracy from the quarterback. Like, Justin Fields is a playmaker. He's a gamer. He was a really good rusher, but accuracy and getting the ball out of the pocket isn't his forte. And so when we look at any receiving statistic from any Chicago Bear outside of DJ Moore this season, they're not good. Like, they're actually horrible. So Darnell Mooney, I think, is a sneaky signing. I do want to say really quickly, because we're on the topic here, I was a big fan of Dallas Turner at pick number 8 for the Atlanta Falcons. I think you 100,000% have to go with Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze at pick number 8. You have to surround Kirk Cousins with as many weapons as you possibly can because, folks, we're in an offensive-driven league. And as much as people want to critique it and say, oh, no, defense still wins championships, you can build defenses through the draft and through free agency like we have never seen before. In the Atlanta Falcons defense, although the statistical side, they gave up 21.9 points per game last season. That's 18th in the league. That might not seem like crazy, but guys, they're on the field the entire football game. And I know the Atlanta Falcons can run, and they were the 9th best rushing attack last season. But once again, Desmond Ridder threw for 177 yards per game with 12 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in 16 games played. Like, that was never and never will cut it. And so now you got a gamer in Kirk Cousins, and he's going to take you to the playoffs. He's going to take you to a divisional title, but at worst case, playoffs. And the craziest part is free agency technically began like 4 hours at the time of this recording. The Atlanta Falcons are not done. They're not even close to being done. I'm curious what they're going to do, but Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson are going to get Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London playing to the best of their ability. That's a simple fact. And so now I finally have, once again, no shade to Desmond Ridder, a competent quarterback who can simply get his job done, but it doesn't even end just there because it's Kirk Cousins. So he's going to go above and beyond because Kirk Cousins is a Pro Bowl quarterback. And at the end of the day, when Kirk Cousins eventually retires, hopefully now with the Atlanta Falcons, you're going to go back and look at his career and be like, damn, dude, he was unbelievably underrated. And that narrative kind of shifted this past season, especially when he went down with an injury. So in my opinion, even though Atlanta right now at this point in time, at the time of this recording, they haven't made any crazy moves outside of Kirk Cousins and maybe Darnell Mooney, I'm telling you, dude, this team's got a roster and they've got playmakers on the offensive side of things. They're going to make some noise next season. So that's it for me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL videos. If you want more Falcons content, let me know down below. But guys, most importantly, let me know your thoughts on Kirk Cousins coming over to Atlanta, and let me know also some free agents that you would look into signing if you were the Falcons. Peace.